Hey there, and welcome to Strength and Sisterhood, the podcast where faith, friendship, and fierce encouragement come together.
We're here to share stories that will inspire and lift each other up while we grow in faith together.
No matter where you are, we're here to remind you that you are never alone. With God and a little sisterhood, we're stronger together.
So grab a cup of coffee and get ready to be encouraged and empowered.
Hello, and welcome to Strength and Sisterhood. I'm Amy.
And I'm Summer.
And we're really glad that you're here today. How are you doing today, Summer?
I am doing really good today. I am excited because everyone's going to get to hear part 2 of this episode today. And I'm really excited. It's been a great conversation with Ellen. She's been so much fun. And I'm really anxious to have everybody listen to the other part of this conversation. So when we left off last week, Ellen was kind of just discussing what it was like to move to Hawaii and start a church, what the people were like, just kind of what life was like for her in this new culture. Even though it's America, it's definitely different than the mainland. So we're going to continue the conversation where we left off, and we hope you enjoy it.
So how was that, though, for you? Going through the process of, you're a teenager.
Yeah.
You're the oldest.
Yeah.
And you were helping your parents build and establish, a church from the ground
Right.
up. Was that, I'm sure it had its difficulties, and I'm sure it had its celebrations as well.
Yeah.
But were there any difficulties, or were there things that the Lord taught you through those? You've already explained, you have to, I think, be willing to not compromise the gospel.
Yes.
But still meet people. I think can definitely see how Hawaii has changed you.
Yeah. I think, I mentioned this a little earlier. It changed my perspective on how visitors view church just because of the deputation thing. Because being a visitor, it's hard. It's awkward. You feel out of place. So if I can be that person that makes that visitor feel welcome.
Right.
I feel a lot better for them. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
at least one person reached out to you and made you feel welcome. Because it's the worst thing ever to walk into a church and no one talks to you, which I know it can be hard because it is awkward as the welcomer. They're like, hi,
right.
What's your name?
Just coldly walk up to somebody that you don't know.
Am I going to be awkward? Are they going to be scared off? Am I going to come off too strong? But honestly, it's better to go up and maybe make a fool of yourself and maybe say something wrong than not just ignore them.
Yeah.
Because there were many churches where I'm like, I never want to go back there.
Sure.
Yeah. Because it was just awkward, So with that, and I'm more of an introverted person. So just to push myself out of my comfort zone and just be welcoming and say hi. And maybe it wasn't perfect, but at least that person felt seen.
Yeah. Yes.
That's important. So I definitely learned that. And I had to be that way because that was our whole ministry. Visitors, right? You're like, please come to church.
Yeah. Right.
Please fill the seats.
Yeah.
We want people here. And you have to go out. Oh, there's a kid. Okay, I'm going to go say hi.
Yeah.
So that really changed me. And that's something I still use today. Yes, maybe today I just don't want to say hi to anyone. I'm just not in the mood. I haven't finished my coffee. Yeah. And I just don't feel welcoming right now.
Yes,
but you know what? Who cares? Put the flesh aside. Walk in the spirit. Just be nice. And just be welcoming and kind. And those people just appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're the reason they come back.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
Maybe they were having a really hard day. And then you put a smile on, even if it's fake.
You're right.
But maybe that just made their day. Maybe that changed a decision in their life. Yeah. I don't know.
I just had the thought, I'd rather be the reason that somebody comes back than the reason why they don't.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I went to that church, but nobody said, and I'm bad about that. I would have never thought or categorized you as an introvert.
Yeah, me either. When you said that, I was like, I think she's lying.
She said that a couple of times, and I was just like,
totally lying.
Did I hear her right?
Naturally, I am. I think as I've gotten older, I am more extroverted.
Sure.
But I have the personality where I have to go home and recharge.
Sure.
So that definitely is an introvert then.
That's more of an introvert. I don't know if there's something in between. Is that an ambivert or something?
I think they're coming up with, there's new terminology for it.
I don't know. When I was younger, total introvert. If someone looked at me, if like a group of people looked at me because I said something and then I have all their attention, tears, burst into tears.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yes, I'm sure you did. I think everyone remembers me as emotional.
Yeah.
I think I had really bad social anxiety as a kid.
Ellen would just cry about everything.
I would.
But that's okay.
But then I had a brother that was just like that because they thought it was just me.
Oh.
Weird Ellen, you know? And of course, this is our first child. That's like, no, they don't feel that way. But they were like, oh, so Samson was like that as a little kid. Like I'd walk away from him. He couldn't see me. He was just blinded by anxiety.
Oh, you know what? I think, yeah.
Yeah. So then I think they realized poor little Ellen was just crying and we'd spank her because she's just being too darn emotional and cries over everything. But she just had raging anxiety as a little kid. I don't blame my parents because I would have been like, what the heck is wrong with you?
Suck it up.
Yeah. Because that's probably how I'm going to be, you know, with my kid, poor little Willow. But yeah, I just had
just anticipate.
really bad anxiety.
Yeah.
I know.
I
try to be sensitive to that.
What's it called when you do that as an adult? I think I'm the opposite of you.
Being Summer.
Yeah, like as a kid, wouldn't say I was an extrovert as a kid, but I was shy. But
Yeah.
now, I mean, I have a name, Weeping Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it when you're an adult?
Yeah.
Start crying.
Yeah.
I can understand that though. Like I feel the same way. Like I have to go home and be recharged. But sometimes when I'm around people,
It energizes you.
I can be energized. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I prefer smaller groups. Like I don't like
Absolutely.
big groups. I do really well with like one-on-one conversations or just smaller groups. But yeah, that's something that I'm working on, is being like more outgoing, more welcoming to visitors.
Yeah.
Because even when I have visited other churches, like if I've been traveling or anything like that, like I want to slip in the back and sit in the back.
Yeah.
And I want to slip out, you know. But there have been times where people like come up to me and they're talking and chatting, and it's just like, oh. But I am not naturally like a, hey, I'm here. Hi. You know, like I'm not.
Yeah. Even if it's just like a, hey, I'm so happy you're here today, and then walk away.
Yeah.
I've learned like that's my little catchphase when we're shaking hands.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm so glad you're here today.
Yeah.
How's your day
That's a
going?
great one.
And then I slip away. But at least they feel seen.
Yes.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
That's definitely, that's one thing I learned. I had to learn to be okay with change because as a kid, hated change.
Sure.
Even, you know, like if it was like my room had to change, or I get like anxiety about like those kind of things, or if our car sold, like, oh my gosh, like it was just so weird. And then like moving my whole life, hated that, moving like 3 times.
Right.
4 times actually.
Yeah.
But and then we moved a lot in Hawaii because our first house, we were only there, we rented for a little bit, and then we moved to another house that was a fixer-upper, and then we moved to our next house, and that was even a bigger fixer-upper.
Sure.
So it's just, I had to be okay with it. And I think that's good because that's something you use in life. Life is constantly changing, and you have to go with the flow. It's just how it is. There's some times where I'm like, oh, I don't like this, but God really showed me you just have to accept my will for you and just be okay with it. I got you, and it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not up to you.
Right.
Like I'm going to make you feel secure.
Right.
It's not the things around you and the people around you. It's me.
Yeah.
Like be secure in me.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I had to learn that. And that's good because here I am again. I moved away from all my family or my immediate family to North Dakota, where again, I feel like I'm just getting my footing again, and it's been 5 years, and I finally feel like, okay, I got it.
It's been 5 years?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Because I moved here in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, or almost 5 years.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Man,
I've just had to be like, okay, God. Like, so when I had to move here, yes, it was hard, but it was nowhere near hard as when I was younger because I just had to find that peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the second, third time we moved houses, I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. And it's okay. So I learned that. And just that my family have to be my closest people because I didn't have friends that whole time.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I had, which we can get into later, there was a couple people that went in and out of my life. But really, there was no one. Coworkers.
Yeah.
But I was always the youngest person ever in my circles, so I couldn't really get close, and they're all unsaved.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to get close to my parents. I had to get close to my siblings, even though we had rough patches of not getting along. That's very normal. And my poor parents had to deal with, you know, the teenage emotions and just like, I'm an adult, leave me alone. I'm going to make my own decisions, or just,
know
I'm
more
never
than you.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or I'm just going to close up and never tell you anything. I'm just a shell.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to go in my box and hide. But no, they had to be my people. And I had to not like be embarrassed of them and just, that's all I have.
Right.
So I better have good relationships. They're not going to be perfect relationships.
Right.
But I have to have a good relationship with them because those are my people at the end of the day. If everyone gets stripped away, I still have them.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So those are like my main
Yeah.
3 things. And just, finding that peace that God is there in constant.
Yeah.
He's my constant. Nothing else is a constant, but he's my constant.
Yeah. That's really good.
And just resting in him, even when it's hard and difficult and I can't see where I'm going, he's there. And I can just rest in the fact that he knows. I don't know. He knows.
Yep.
And he has a plan, even though I don't know what it is.
Right.
Yep.
And just stepping out in faith
Yeah.
and knowing that he'll guide my path.
Yep.
It's good.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. That is really good. And it makes me think of like, when you were saying that, like, he doesn't change. Like,
yeah.
life is full of change
Yes.
every day, but he's that constant. He just never changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so comforting because
Yes.
when you feel like the world is in turmoil, your life is in turmoil, nothing seems right. You're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
he's my constant. He doesn't change. He's the same every single day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can find comfort in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm very thankful, like, as I get older, you do see the importance of family. And yeah, like you said, friends can come and go. People
Right.
can come and go in and out of your life, but family is what sticks. And so if you
Yeah.
have good relations
Yes.
with that family, I know that there are families that don't always have that,
right.
but if you can foster that and each side
Yeah.
wants to foster that,
yes.
then no matter where you are, because you have family that's within your immediate family
Yeah.
in different states.
Yes.
But yet you can still have that closeness and that close relationship
right.
in spite of distance.
Yeah, and I'm really thankful that when God moved me here, he moved me somewhere where, again, I had family.
Yeah.
Because I think that would have been really hard if I had no one.
Sure.
Like that I had, like I knew all of you guys, but it had been like 7-8 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe longer, I don't know. But I at least had like Daniel and Ashley, and there was a comfort in that.
Yeah.
And just being thankful, I am more and more thankful as I get older for my heritage because I have so many good family members in my life that want to have a relationship with me, that want me to succeed.
Yeah.
And I can always just go to them.
Yeah.
So I'm just very thankful for that because they weren't ever like super close to me distance wise.
Yeah.
But they were a phone call, a text away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a blessing.
Yeah. And I think that's helpful too. Like even in the stage that you're in of a young family,
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to have family that you can call upon,
Right.
that you can lean upon.
Yes.
And I remember when your dad was pastoring and your uncle moved up here,
Yeah.
and I would watch, I could see that your uncle was watching your dad on how he raised you guys as kids.
Yeah.
And I know he took a lot of tips, like he was just absorbing and just soaking in.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, there's just benefits to that because when you're family, then you get to see, it's just different. Like you said, like you knew a lot of people here from church.
Yeah.
And we know you, but it's just different when it's family. It's actually,
Right.
yeah.
And I had changed so much. And people only knew little Ellen.
Yeah.
And I had grown so much,
Yeah.
which it was kind of intimidating. I'm like, oh my
yeah, I
gosh.
was just going to ask, how was that? Like coming back to,
Yeah. It was just like, oh my gosh, all their memories of me are just like little Ellen, little emotional Ellen. And I'm like, I'm so much more than this. I've grown so much. I've changed so much, guys. So I almost felt like I had to prove myself, but actually, like, when I did move here, I was still in La La Land of, like, I'm newly married and I'm in love, and, butterflies
Isn't the sun
and
so bright and the
rainbows?
sky so blue?
That it was actually a little bit easier because I didn't really care, because all I cared about was just, like, my husband.
Right.
I just love him so much.
Yeah.
And I just want to please you. And, so I felt like
So that made it easier to go from
it did.
the island of Hawaii to
Well,
landlocked.
no. I just felt like it was a little bit more easy to, like,
Have a distraction, maybe.
yeah, because I was like, okay, I'm getting used to everyone around me. But Nathan felt so solid, and he was such a good, solid support that I felt like I could just be myself.
Sure.
And since I was kind of existing in my own little bubble for a while, I think people are just like, oh, that's just how this is the new Ellen. This is how she is.
Yeah.
But I was so distracted by other things that maybe I didn't notice that people were taking that in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then, the honeymoon stage wears off, which is natural. And then I had like a moment of like, holy cow, I am so lonely and so sad and I miss my family so bad it hurts.
Yeah.
And that started kind of happening in like the fall or like end of summer, I think. Which then I realized you just kind of get sad when the weather turns. Now it's just normal.
That's an annual thing.
It's sad time. We're in September, October. Time to get sad.
Flip that calendar. Oh, it's sad season. Okay, we're just going to hunker down.
Let's get some happy pills.
Some vitamin D.
Yes, that is what I was talking about.
We need to supplement.
Supplement a lot of things.
How much vitamin D can I take without making me sick on a daily
I'm going to go see my doctor. Yeah, I think poor Nathan. I was actually just talking to him about this. I was like, was that kind of hard? He's like, yeah, that was really, I felt, he felt so bad.
Sure.
Because he's like, I'm the reason that you got ripped away from your family.
Sure.
Like I made that decision that we were going to live in North Dakota. And even though I was okay with it, you know, he was like, I feel bad because I was the reason. And he was like, yeah, it was really hard to see you like that.
Sure.
Because I felt like all of a sudden I was like at a really high point, and then I went, whoom, like I was very low.
That
I was
roller coaster
like,
came
I
down.
want my mom, you know?
Yeah.
And then, the first time you get sick, and you're not feeling good and you just want your mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just want to talk to your dad and you want to hug your siblings. Like I left Samson and Solomon and they were so little. And I just felt like I had abandoned them. I was so close to them. I was like another mom because Solomon is 13 years younger than me and Samson is 8 years younger than me.
Wow.
Right.
So they're just my little babies.
Yeah.
And I don't get to enjoy watching them grow up.
Right.
So I felt really bad for them. Like, because I didn't want them to feel like I forgot them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this man just took me away.
Right.
And I know this is all normal stuff, but it was just hard. And it wasn't like I could just drive to go see them. Like, it was a big thing to go see my family. And it's a thing. It's a lot.
thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. It's a process.
It is, for sure. So
I love it. I think it's a good testament of how close your family is. And
Yeah.
that's lovely because families are not close.
Right.
So
I am very blessed.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
we're
that.
very tight knit, and I will shout out mom and dad because I feel like they did such a good job raising kids.
Yeah.
Like, my dad, so present, so intentional with our upbringing. Like, he saw us struggling with something, he didn't brush it under the rug. He dealt with it. Yes, sometimes it was uncomfortable, but he was like, no, you need to deal with this, and we're going to figure this out.
He would deal with it. I mean, I remember because they were in charge of our college and career group, where we just did activities and stuff like that. I have memories of like, they just brought you guys along for one thing.
Yeah.
They were not in the like, oh, well, we have this activity, so we're going to find somebody to take care of the kids. For the most part, like, I remember having Chinese night.
Yes.
At your house.
I remember that.
And your parents like took the legs off the table.
Yeah.
Put the table on the floor.
So fun.
Put
Cushions
pillows around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we all had like, your dad was into, was it Taekwondo or karate?
Or jiu-jitsu or karate or something.
Yeah. And he had like those, so we all like wore the belts that he had and
Fun.
just
posed for pictures.
Yes. But I
So
remember
fun.
like, in the moment, if something happened, like even if we were doing an event like that at their house And it wasn't big. It wasn't like a big thing where it was the memory of the night.
Yeah.
But I just remember these little things of like, no, you come over here. And like he would just address it. He'd be off to the side.
Yep.
Sure.
But he would just address. And like there's so many little things like that where I could forever give your parents props.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen them do so well in so many things. But
I'm so blessed to have that example. Like I still call my dad like for youth stuff. I'll be like, hey, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Like, is there a book I should read? And he's like, no, like search the scriptures, but like here's some advice. And it's like so good. But in the end of the day, like we have to figure it out. We have to seek God and other counsel. But he's so good. And like I'll ask him like what he thinks about like certain amounts. I remember asking him like, when should I discipline Willow?
like, sure.
This is what's going on with her. Do you think she's ready?
Yeah.
You know, and then my mom, she just really cultivated so many things in us. I feel like she just, a lot of it, I feel like is from my grandma too. But just love for nature, finding the details, the beauty in everything, cultivating our reading and our art and anything that we seemed creative in. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to try all sorts of things. And she always let me. Like I learned how to weave. I learned how to knit, crochet, sew, cross stitch, like the list goes on and on. But she was so encouraging of those things. And my dad was too.
Yeah.
Like he'd sit down and paint with us.
Yeah.
Like even still, when I go to visit, we have a day set aside where we drink coffee and tea and get some pastries and we paint for like a few hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's so fun. We listen to classical music.
Yeah.
And we just paint. And it's so fun. It's something we all do together. Like, so, and my mom really like gave us the opportunity to, you know, play piano and enjoy art, like famous art, and watch documentaries. Like I grew up on so much BBC. That's why it's so easy for me to do like the British accents and all these things and say like weird sentences and go into different characters because I grew up on like English literature, English TV shows. BBC was like my life.
Right.
And now I've realized how weird I am because they'll be like, oh yeah, you know, this, you know, period drama. And they're like, and my, you know, people that I'm friends with
are like, what?
My peers are like, what are you talking about? You don't know when the French Revolutionary War was? You've never, you know, watched the Scarlet Pimpernel? What is wrong with you? You don't know about Marie Antoinette? Let them eat cake? Like, it's so funny. Anyways, I digress. But no, I just feel you can take that out if you want to.
No, I love it.
No, I'm not taking that out.
No.
Oh boy.
Because that's the personality. Like
that's
like
you.
your parents have such a they do everything with passion.
Yes.
And yet they don't overlook the details.
Yes.
Like there's so many things of like, I imagine like when you guys have those paint, like look at the brush strokes of that. You know, look at this. And like, oh, I really like how you did. Like they're just so passionate about
we'll all
those
paint the
things.
same thing and then kind of examine on all our different perspectives.
Yes.
It's really cool.
That is cool.
And my parents just wanted us to dream big.
Yes.
And I think for a while in like the homeschool community, it was like, oh, kids shouldn't go to college. But my parents really, I feel like, cultivated like, what do you want to do in life? Especially my dad. To the point where my mom had to reel him in a little bit. Like my dad was full on board for me to be the first female Navy SEAL.
Sure.
Which love him that he thought I could do that.
Yeah,
like,
that's neat.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Then he wanted me to like, be one of the only women firefighters on the island. And Mom's like, she'll have to sleep at the fire station with all the men.
Right.
Spencer, I'm saying no. And I was like, darn it. Not because of the sleeping part, just because I wanted to do something cool.
Right.
But he just was like, what do you want to do and how can I help you? Like I wanted to do medical stuff. So they found like a convention I could go to about medical education at one of the colleges.
Yeah.
And they wanted me just to...
No limits.
No limits, you know, but still keeping me reined in. And, okay, what is the most important thing about your life? In the end, it's honoring God and, you know, giving people the gospel, being a good testimony, you know, reaching others for Christ. So do something that you can do that with, you know?
Yeah.
But they still let us be kids.
Yeah.
Which I just so appreciate because it's hard as a missionary kid. You feel like you're put into a box.
Sure.
And I've talked to some other missionary kid friends.
Yeah.
And a lot of their experiences are a little different because they went to foreign fields.
Sure.
But there is just like, you feel a lot of outside judgment. You feel like you can only do certain things, post certain things on social media. You have to put, a mask on when you're with other Christian kids. You have to be really careful because, maybe you say something wrong and then they go and tell their parents and then those parents tell Right. But I feel like my parents just kept it really balanced. And in a way, the ministry in Hawaii was like a starting over period.
Sure.
Where like my parents changed a lot of like who they were. Mm-hmm. My dad does really well in warm culture, like climate, and that the warm culture. There's a really good book called Warm Culture, Cold Culture. And it just talks about how different people are different in different climates. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
And my dad thrives in that warm culture.
Sure.
I think he does well in both.
Yeah.
But you could just tell that he just has a sense of ease about him.
Yeah.
And he just had more maturity in ministry as well. But I just felt like it was a starting over period. We kind of almost got to, us kids, like, or me, I should say, got to reinvent myself a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. I'm like, okay, this is a fresh start. I kind of can be whoever I want.
Yeah.
So that was good. I still had a lot of hard things.
Sure.
But it's cool. And I'm really happy of all the experiences, good and bad, that I had because it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
So, I'm really thankful for my parents. They did such a great job.
Well, I love seeing it. Like, I know your brother Gideon, he is he's gone through Bible school. And I know that comes with all kinds of different trials and stuff like that for any student who goes through Bible school, because you're growing spiritually. It's like kind of like we talked about, like the adversary is always going to be there to try to discourage you when you're striving for God. But he's even just started something on social media. His Die Daily thing that he does now, or Daily Death show that he calls it. And he was such a character.
Oh my gosh.
When he was a kid, and to see him now as an adult man, and I don't know, to me, I like to have you back and being up here and being around you and seeing you, as a young mother and as a young wife, and then just working as the secretary in church. Like, it's such a great position for you.
Thanks.
Because the ministry, like, you've seen behind the curtain a little bit, like, everything that goes on there. So you're just it's such a natural fit.
Yeah.
And you're able to use some of your skills and talents, like with graphic design or just organization and just these different things. And, but yeah, just to see that, I don't know, like your parents, like to see I love seeing people thrive in the things that God has given them to do. And to see some of those strengths just really like unleash, like you were talking about with your dad in a warm culture, like just unleash him. And he can just thrive. Yeah. So I love seeing that. But we'll wrap up here a little bit as we're kind of winding down. But I just wanted to ask, is there anything right now that you feel like the Lord is maybe teaching you or leading you in, or would you have maybe advice for somebody if they might be listening to this and they're just like, maybe they're going through a period of change or something like that? I don't know. It's a question that has a lot of branches on it. Maybe if there's anything that that you feel like the Lord's maybe teaching you or you've settled into since moving here.
Right. I think, so I had like a lot of things that happened when I was a teenager in Hawaii, like experiences. Some were spiritual. I think a lot of them were spiritual attacks. And then I dealt with a lot of like depression, and anxiety. I dealt with a little bit of suicide stuff. But I've learned that I have to take that, and that does not define who I am. And just because you've had those struggles, eating disorders, mental stuff, like anything like that, that does not change God's plan for you.
That's right.
If anything, it equips you for how you can minister or be a blessing to someone else down the road. I have been able to use a lot of my experiences that I dealt with, hard friendships, toxic relationships,
Sure.
those things, I've been able to use those when talking to other people that
Mm-hmm.
have gone through similar situations that are maybe struggling with that currently,
Right.
or struggling to get through that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I know it seems impossible now, but you will get through it, and God will use that.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
And I can lean into that, like, because I can feel bad about those situations and like, oh my gosh, that was so hard. Like, why did that happen? But instead, okay, God allowed this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of sitting there in that, okay, how can I use this for the betterment of myself
Sure.
and for someone else? Like,
Yeah.
God can use it for good. He can
Yes.
use any
Yeah.
situation, negative, positive, for his good.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been able to settle into that. Like, okay, I had these experiences. I got through them by God's grace. Thank you, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can help other people. And it's
Right.
already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through a suicide moment in my life, and it was very hard. I was at a really bad place in my teenage life. I think I was 18, 17, somewhere in there. And it was my first like real encounter. Not saying I haven't had an encounter with God, but it was like a very real encounter
Yeah.
where
Mm-hmm.
it literally felt like he slapped me in the face and
Sure.
looked at me and like, what are you doing?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I just broke down and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry, God, like help me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, well, in that moment, I just didn't know what to do with it. So I just kind of shut it out
Mm-hmm.
of my life. I put it in the box and put it in the back of the brain. And I didn't deal with it for maybe a year.
Sure. Yeah.
It was really hard. I never told my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did tell someone later on, and they made me tell my parents from
Yeah.
across the states. Like it was,
Oh,
it was
sure.
insane.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a few years later, someone reached out to my mom and said, my daughter is going through all this suicide stuff and like cutting and all these things. I don't know what to do. And my mom had me, can you talk to this girl?
Sure.
So I was able to send her a Marco Polo and just try to encourage her. So instead of sitting in that and just kind of being a victim to it and just being like, or feeling guilty
Yeah.
Yeah.
and terrible, because I felt that for a really long
Sure.
time.
Yep.
That's why I never talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to use that for good, like, okay, God, you're the one that can make this a positive thing.
Right.
And he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was able to talk to that girl. I've been able to talk to other people about it. I've been able to just talk to my siblings like, hey, if you ever are struggling with mental health,
Yeah.
please talk to me.
Right.
I'm here for you.
Right.
Or just other people, like I'm available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God can use this.
Yes.
And you don't have to feel bad about it. You're not stuck. This is not God's
Yes.
plan for
That's
you.
right.
This
Yep.
is something from the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and let's move on. Let's
Yeah.
heal from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's so powerful because I think a lot of people feel that way,
Yeah.
but when it's not talked about,
Yes.
I would have, like, for example, I would have never thought that of you,
Right.
would have never known,
Yes.
but I myself have done that.
Yeah.
I've been in those times.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's exactly what you need is you need somebody to say, you're not, like, I understand that guilt.
Yes.
I understand that of feeling of failure, like,
Yes.
especially as a Christian.
Yes.
And so you tuck that deep
Right.
and you don't say nothing about it
No.
but I have been in situations where it comes out
Yes.
and you hear other Christians and there's something releasing about that.
Yes.
But also, Bonnie, and it's, I just feel like it's very important. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Because I think when you are in those times, or if you are in a time like that, that's exactly what you need is you need somebody to just kind of like grab you by the face
Yeah.
Yep.
and say, you can make it through this.
Yes.
Yes.
The Lord still has plans for you.
Yes.
Yep.
I still have a purpose for you.
Yep.
It doesn't, you can't see it through the clouds and the smoke that you see right now, or the lies that the devil has put in front of you or is running through your head 24/7.
Yeah.
But you have worth,
Yes. Yes.
and I created you for a purpose, and I'm
Yes.
not done with you yet.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
get to choose
Yep.
when I bring you home. You
Yeah.
don't choose that.
Yes.
You know, like
Exactly.
there's been times where I needed
Yep.
to hear that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you
Yes.
sharing
Yeah.
that because I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah, and there's no shame in seeking help. I think
No.
it's gotten better, but it's been a very taboo subject.
Absolutely.
So I try to tell anyone, like, if you want to reach out to me, awesome. But if you need help, let's get you someone to talk to.
Yep.
This is not something to be ashamed of.
No.
This does not mean you're a weak person or
Right.
you have worthlessness or are worthless.
Yeah.
This just means you're struggling and you're human.
Yes.
This is something that happens. So let's get you help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I appreciate, like, I feel almost more bonded to you. Like,
Yeah.
or there's a part of you that almost like releases, like,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like somebody else has struggled with that.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, there's something almost, I don't know if validate is the right word, but that's kind of validating of like, yeah, you're not horrible. You're not broken
Yeah.
Right.
for thinking those things or,
Yes.
you know, you're just struggling.
Right.
Yes.
And it can be easy to sit in that place
Yes.
and think, no one's going to want me. I'm a broken person. I remember when Nathan and I were dating and I was like, I have to tell you something about my past. And I told him like my attempt and the struggles I had as a teenager. And I was like, you know, I'm healing and I'm doing a lot better now. But I understand if you don't want to be with someone
Sure.
that struggled with that or has those thoughts. And he was just so like, no, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. But it's so nice to be able to talk to someone that has those experiences because then you don't feel so alone.
Right.
And that has more of a spiritual perspective on it.
Yeah.
And that can just accept it and move on and
Yeah.
just be like, okay, this does not define who I am
That's right.
as a person. So
Yeah, that's really good. Because I think a lot of times we can allow those struggles or even some of those sins to define.
yeah,
But that's not
yeah.
our identity.
no, it's not your identity.
Yeah, I love that.
You get
Yep.
to move forward because we have that through Christ.
Right.
He gives us
Yeah.
so much grace and so much healing.
Yep.
And he just helps move us along day by
Yes.
day.
Yep.
And his mercies are new
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
That's right.
It is
That's good.
it's a difficult thing to go through,
Yep.
Yes, it is.
and it does feel very lonely.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
and
love that.
At that time, I was at the loneliest part of my life. I
Mm-hmm.
had just gone through a really bad friendship that ended up being very manipulative, so toxic, almost abusive in a way. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And there were so many different facets to that. But that was like my breaking point.
Sure.
I was just done. I was like, this was my friend, I thought. And
Yep.
it turns out, and I had already had trust issues. And it was like, hey, wall is going up permanently.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just really hard. But it was neat in the fact that God made himself so real to me. Like, I felt him. Like, it was
Yeah.
insane. So it was just really cool that he intervened
Yeah.
and just made me feel,
Yeah.
you know, my worth in that moment.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't my decision to do that. And like, oh, like I can't imagine, like, how about it was my siblings that found me or like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how terrible, you know, like even though I was struggling so bad, like I would have like scarred them
Yeah.
for the rest of their lives. And I wouldn't have this beautiful life that I
Right.
have now.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to get caught in that mindset and just be stuck in there like, I can't go on. This is terrible. I see no hope. But you have to realize this is just a day and you have to take it a day at
Yes.
a time
Yes.
Yeah.
and just reach out to God, cry out to God. Tell him you're angry. Tell him you're sad. Tell him you're confused. Just
Yeah.
be honest
Tell me that you're
with
mad.
him.
Yep.
Yes, yeah. You can yell at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a
take it.
respectful way and just, you know, reach out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will be there for you. He can get down on your level and he'll help you through because there's a future that he has for
Yes.
you. He has a
Yes.
plan for your life.
Yeah.
You just have to take it one step at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
And reach out to someone.
Yeah.
Tell them what you're struggling with.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah. And there ought not to be shame.
There's
There's
no
no
shame in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're humans, we're fallible. So
Yeah. I love that. And he will, I love that he can intervene. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes people may think that he's afar off, right? Like he's in
Yeah.
heaven, you know, but I've had instances where I've physically felt him
Yes.
Yeah.
as well. And it's just, honestly, if you think about that, how crazy is that?
It's insane.
Like, how
Yeah.
crazy is it that he's up in heaven
Yeah.
and there's billions of people on earth,
Yes.
and yet he will come and like sit next to me and I can physically feel his presence.
He makes his presence known to you. Like, you're the one struggling, and you know there's thousands of other people
Yes.
struggling. But he took the time to
Yes.
Yeah.
make his presence known to you.
Yeah.
Because he cares, for every single person.
Yeah.
'Cause he
Every
created
little
them.
thing.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah. That's so good. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. So yeah, if anybody, because I've been there as well. Like yeah. And that's what's kept me, is like, I can't do that to my family. I
Right.
can't do that
Yeah.
to, but pretty
When you're
close.
in that, though, you don't think like that.
No,
No, you don't.
absolutely
When you are in
not.
that, the only thing you want to do is crawl into a hole and be by yourself.
Yep.
Like, you don't think that way. So sometimes it's like, it'd be nice if other people recognized it and just grabbed your hand and
Yes.
pulled you out, like, hey, you can come out of there.
Hey, I see you
Let's-
slipping.
Yes.
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 I see you down there, and extend that hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Lord, help me to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Help me to see
Yeah.
when people are in that.
So I hope I can just be like a lifeline
Mm-hmm.
for people. Like, okay, God, like, put me in situations where maybe a person is struggling. Help me to be able to be
Yeah.
that comfort or that lifeline for
Yeah.
someone.
Well, I appreciate it, because it's not always something easy to say. Hey,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like there are so many people that have experienced that.
Yes.
And especially, I feel like, and it doesn't matter your age,
Yes.
Right.
It could be-
Absolutely.
young, old,
Mm-hmm.
middle age.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an age on it.
No.
And so even just sharing it, whether someone's going through it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to share, but
It is. But I think it's needed.
it's needed. And you just hope that, then God can use that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think working with youth, I'm trying to make myself more available. Because of that past relationship, I tend to be a little bit more guarded.
Mm-hmm.
But God has continually put me in situations where I need to let that guard down, because I want people to feel like they can reach out to me and talk to me. And I'm not just, and you're a pastor's kid / missionary kid or whatever you want to call me. Like, I think some people put almost like, what would that be? Just like pedestal, put you on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But I'm human too.
Yeah.
I've dealt with everything you've probably dealt with.
Yeah.
Of course there's exceptions. I haven't dealt with some of the things that those kids have dealt with, but I just want them to know that, like, I've told them many times, like, I'm just real. I'm just like you.
Yeah.
Like, I was just there like a few years ago. Well, it's more than a few years now, but I feel like I was just there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you can come and talk
Yeah.
to me. Tell me what's going on. Like, I want to sympathize with you.
Yeah.
I want to be there for you. I want to cry with
Be
you.
a
I want
help.
to hold your hand. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that's easy as like a kid that's from ministry. Like, oh,
Sure.
she's never dealt with anything. She's been
Right.
fed with the silver spoon,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
and she's
Yeah.
never struggled with Bible reading.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you do?
Sorry to break the news.
Oh, no.
I know. I don't have all the spiritual answers. But you wouldn't, like, so many people expect you to be that way.
Sure.
Right.
To have all the knowledge and all of it. Yeah.
And it's, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
It's
so
a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. And I think, too, we put that on ourselves.
Sure.
Because it takes one person to kind of make you feel that way. And then you're
Sure.
like, everyone thinks this of me. Oh, my God. You know?
Right. Because
But
one person makes one comment one
Yeah,
time, and then
but-
all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nathan
Yeah.
tells the youth group a lot, like, hey, we really encourage them with this Bible reading schedule. Like, stay consistent as much as you
Yeah.
can. Even if you're only reading one chapter a day, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Nathan's like, I struggle with Bible reading too. Sometimes I'm like, at the end of the day, oh, shoot, I didn't read I'm going to get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we each have group chats. We have one, Summer and
Yeah.
I have one with the girls,
Yeah.
and Nathan and Brandon have one with the guys. And it's been so encouraging,
It is.
hasn't
Yeah.
it been?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, to see, like, oh my gosh,
That's cool.
they're reading their Bible. I
Yeah.
know. I don't really care how many verses or how many chapters you read.
Yeah.
You were in it.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
You opened the book.
Yes. And that's maybe another thing. I'm sorry, I'm going on
No.
rabbit trails. But that's another thing that I have really been learning like this year, or that's just been a big impact in my life. It's January, almost February. Or is it February already?
Tomorrow.
Okay, we're almost there. Like this
This
year.
will come out in February.
Yeah, okay, perfect. A big thing that has already been super instrumental in my life is this Bible reading calendar. As a pastor's kid, I think you're like almost expected to be in your Bible every day, which you should be,
Yes.
right? But there's just extra pressure. So you almost, as you grow up, you're like, oh, I just need to get my Bible done. Because you've done it for so many years. This sounds so terrible, but I'm being very real.
It's very real.
It's a struggle. Like it is. You know, anything
absolutely.
spiritual, it's just a struggle. You want to just do what your flesh wants to do, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
you die to yourself daily, as my brother would say. But this Bible reading calendar has been such a blessing to me. Like I was telling Pastor Daniel, like, oh my gosh, I am reading Genesis through new eyes.
Sure.
I have seen parts of these stories I've never seen before. You could have told me that these verses were added.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so cool because it is a living book, and I think
Yes.
God just gives you different things through
Yes.
different stages of life.
Yes.
But there's been like so many things that I am like, oh my word, I'm highlighting, I'm taking
Yeah.
notes, and it's been quite a few years where I felt like this excitement.
Excitement.
I've read my Bible and I do enjoy it, but it's like a renewed
That's good.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been such a blessing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's still just so easy,
Right.
but I like look forward to
Yeah.
it, and just like I'm gleaning so much more.
Yes.
Like one of the biggest things is in Genesis, God really showed me how detailed he is.
Yes.
And even in Exodus, there's just like little notes, even in Mark. I was like, there's a verse and it says like when Jesus and the disciples went out on the boats, and it said, and there were other boats out there. I'm like, why did he put that in there? I don't know. It's just a little detail.
I know.
Yeah.
And like God, you know, when he created the earth, it was really cool. He spoke all these things into existence, but he made Adam and Eve. He made and planted the
Right.
garden. Like
Yeah.
he put detail in those two things.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And how many times have I read those verses?
Right.
But it's like God really just showed me like, I care about the details.
Yes.
So I'm now putting that into my life. Am I being detail oriented enough?
Sure.
Am I taking care of the little things
Right.
in life? Like maybe something that I don't think is like such a big deal, but I just want to pay attention to those little details.
Yeah.
Like, what is my face doing right now? Do I look like an approachable person?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or like, I don't know, just,
Yeah.
or little things in my work. Am
Yeah.
I making sure like I'm paying attention to the details or
Yeah.
conversations, whatever,
Right.
what have you. But yeah. So
Well, I
that's
love
another
that. I
thing.
think if like, you know, when you talk about in Mark where it says, and there were other boats also, it's almost just like, sometimes it just feels like a conversation, like you're driving in the car with them and be
Yeah.
like, oh, did you see that over there? like that's how I feel like when I'm reading that. And it's just like, oh, and there were other boats too.
Yeah.
Like because you're a visual person, like you're imagining
Yes.
it, Amy. And so it's not just these that I'm
Yeah.
talking about, but there were other boats out, you know, like
Yeah.
I love that he's into details.
Yes. He's a
Details like
very
that.
detail oriented God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. I love that. And I love like it's encouraging, like the fact that you guys have a group chat, like it's encouraging when you do things together.
Yes.
That's encouraging. And then also you mentioned that your husband is, you know, ready to admit. It made me think of that verse popped up in my head of confess your faults
Yes.
one to another. Like it's fine with, it doesn't say confess your sins, you know, and I've always heard that, like it doesn't say confess your sins, which is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with confessing your faults and being open and honest instead
Yeah.
of like, oh, you've
You
been saved for
don't.
that long and you struggle with reading your Bible.
right.
Shame,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
instead of being like, yeah, it's been hard for me too, you know, or
Right.
just confessing your faults and finding
Yeah.
that similar ground.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
don't want teens to feel like they're being led by someone. This is just like the epitome of spirituality.
Yeah.
And they just can't even touch it. Because how about there's one of those kids that's struggling with even believing they're saved?
Right.
They don't even want to admit it because they're like, what are they going to think of me?
Right.
So our whole approach to it has been like, let's be real
Yeah,
to them.
that's good.
Of course, we're going to be spiritual examples, but
Yeah.
we're being real because hey, we all struggle with things. You're struggling with things. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's okay because we want to help you.
And I think there is that natural human tendency to like put people up on pedestals. Of
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
especially in those ages, like, oh, I could never be like them. Like they have.
Well, when today's everything's so fake,
I know.
right? Let's just be real.
Right.
Social media is such a detriment to
Yes.
our society and
Oh,
our
yeah.
teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I love that you're doing that. Just
Yeah.
being real and open.
Well, you and Brandon are that way too. It's been so awesome working
We're not
with
very
you.
good at hiding anything.
But this is so great. I feel like we're getting,
value.
you know, we're
is
just
probably-
being very real. If anything, we might have to like start being more like, I don't know. We are spiritual, but maybe we need to fake it a little bit more. I don't know. But I feel like we give them like,
Yeah.
they can horse, you know,
Yes.
around with us, but also
Yes.
they know that Brandon and Nathan are
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
And you better not cross them.
Yeah.
You know, like, but it's been so fun working with Brandon in
Yeah.
summer. It's like, yeah, like, yes, there's an age gap.
Yeah.
But really, is there?
I
Like,
don't really.
We have such a great time
Wait, are you
together.
saying we're childish? I'm just kidding.
No,
Is there?
we're the children to you. Like, you know,
Says the
there's
woman who had a wig on this morning. Today when
Right.
she-
Yeah. In my house shoes. My cow slippers. Yeah.
but no, it's just so great. Like, who would have thought? Like, that's
Yeah.
who's going to be leading the youth group together.
Yeah.
And it works so well. We have
Yeah.
such fun.
Yeah. We have a good
And
time.
it's just so natural.
Yeah.
I'm just so thankful for that. Like,
Yeah.
God has really blessed.
Well, if you
us
think
in
about
that.
it, like we just talked about this age group of teens right now, like they have social media where things are so
Yeah.
fake, AI where things are fake.
Yes.
But then the Lord knew all that, and so He put you couples together,
Yeah.
people who can't help but be authentic.
Oh, I thought
because
the another
that's-
word was coming out.
No, I know.
Can't help but be goofballs.
Can't help but be authentic together. You know, to lead
Yeah.
this at such a time as this with these
Yeah.
kids, and
Yeah.
I think it's
Right.
great.
And still can relate to what they're going through.
Yeah.
Because that gets lost pretty quickly. You kind
Yeah.
of like grow out of that and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not even in that stage anymore. I don't even know how to relate
Right.
to that. But
But then they're parenting teenagers.
Yeah.
well,
and so
that's
they kind of
been-
bring it from a
that
different
is
perspective.
Such a blessing. It's
Yeah.
like we'll go to them and be like, okay, well, what would you do with this situation?
Yeah.
Because we're not parenting a teen.
Right.
We're parenting a 1-year-old.
Yeah. But okay, well, we'll wrap up. I
Yeah.
think we do have one more question. Our
Yes, yeah.
question amongst friends. Question among friends. Okay, Summer, what's your question?
Okay. What reminds you that you are getting older?
Oh,
Maybe like the styles and everything.
really?
Really? Because I feel like you're very
Oh,
stylish.
thank you.
Yeah.
That and then just being around other girls that I'm like, oh, you're 20.
How old are you?
I'm 25. I'm going to be 26 here shortly. But it's like, you're 20. Oh, my word. Like, that is young. I know it's only a 5-year difference,
Right.
but it's just
Yeah.
the mentality's a lot different. And
Well, there's a lot
just-
that happens between 20 and 25.
How
I
people
feel like,
grow
right?
up
Oh, yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I kind of talked about how like I played outside a ton and played Indians, and which I know would now be very controversial, and like boxcar children. And now you talk to kids now, they don't do that.
No.
Right.
They're on their phones and obsessed with like social media and stuff. So
Yeah.
that would probably be the biggest one. Is just how I grew up with comparing that to how kids are growing up now.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I feel very old
Yeah,
with that.
that's
Yeah.
okay. You can come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, what is the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
Oh, I misspeak a lot.
Do you?
I make up words.
Oh, bless your heart.
I know. I have it from my dad. Remember Valentine's
Oh, Valentine's.
Day.
Valentine's.
I don't say that one, but I do have a lot of words that I
Yeah.
kind of make up. And I have a weird thing where if I am like trying to say like 10,000 or 1,000, and then my brain mixes them up and I say 1,000. And I say that a lot. It's really embarrassing. I love math. I don't know what is
Sure.
going on, but I misspeak quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I get confused. I just blame it on the concussion I had a few years ago.
Sure, there you go. Oh, so you
There
have a
we go.
reason. I don't
I
have a
have
I
reason.
was about to say, Amy, do you have a reason?
And
I'm quirky.
I misspeak.
That's
we-
okay.
And I come by it honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about that when we recorded our last episode because Amy says ridiculous instead of ridiculous. And how I say, I'm better at it now, but instead of saying frustrated, I'll say I'm frustrated.
Frustrated.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm frustrated. I never really knew that there was an R in there.
Yeah.
Until people started correcting me.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's okay. You're not alone.
No, you're not. You're in good company with that.
Funny.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, let's get into our gratitudes.
All right.
Okay, so Summer, Ellen's going to hang out with us while we do our gratitudes.
Good.
We're going to start with you. We're just going to go around and we'll start with you. So what is your gratitude moment for this week?
Well, I didn't have one coming in, but I formulated one as we were
During our
talking.
conversation?
Yes. And I'm really thankful that you came
Mm-hmm.
and how open you were, and just, I mean, we've hung out with the teens and stuff, but I feel like I've really gotten to know you through this conversation, and you were just very vulnerable. And man, like, I know I said it in the beginning about like what I like about you, like your wisdom, you have wisdom beyond your years, but there's just so many things that you've gone through and that you've experienced, and just being willing to share that. I'm really thankful that you were willing to come and to talk about it. So I'm thankful for you, to know you, to be able to serve with you, and I'm happy. I'm thankful for you.
Oh, I love
Amen.
you.
That's really good. Ellen, what do you have? What's your gratitude moment?
I'm just really thankful you guys had me on. This has been so fun.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Great conversations, just
Yeah.
very easy. You guys are such blessings
Oh,
to
good.
me in my life. And it's so cool because I've known you forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just great to come back and get to know you again
Sure.
as an adult. And then just meeting Summer, it's been just
Yeah.
awesome. And I have so many friends. I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
And then I'm just really thankful that God has kind of shown me the Bible through new eyes this
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I'm just excited for what
Yeah.
the rest of the year has.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Ellen. I'm thankful. I'm just going to reiterate kind of what Summer said. Like, I'm thankful that you came onto the podcast, and you just have such a good attitude about everything.
You do.
And I think the Lord has shown you, and I'm thankful that you're willing to share it. Because like I said, we've talked about throughout the episode, is a lot of times people just don't say a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thankful for the avenue that we have, that the Lord's given us a podcast
Yeah.
to where we can, and we were even just talking before we recorded today, like, sometimes it's hard and you just put yourself out there, and it's just us sitting in this little room, right? Talking to little microphones.
Yeah.
And then we just put it out there. And sometimes you don't hear anything.
Right.
Right. And so it's just
Yeah.
like, I don't know if anybody
Right.
can relate to that.
Yeah.
Like one of our upcoming episodes, I talk about how sometimes it's been a struggle to go to church on Sunday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there's a spiritual oppression. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there are intentional attacks to try to discourage me on
Absolutely.
Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
Or I go to the Sunday school teachers meeting and it's like, I don't want to be here. And I told Summer, I was like, I don't know if I really want that on the podcast. Like, because people listen to that.
Yeah.
People in our church listen to that, you know,
Right.
like, am I putting myself at risk of like, well, I mean, if you don't really want to be here, then maybe, you know, like,
Right.
I don't want to lose ministering and my opportunity to serve.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel like that all the time.
Well, and I
Right.
think too, people that are in ministry, if you feel that way and I have felt that
Yeah.
way, they have likely felt that way too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably a
Absolutely.
common thing with being in the ministry,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but I think it's real and
Yeah.
it's raw. And I'm glad that you do, that you
Yeah.
put that out there too.
Satan doesn't want good things to happen in our
Right.
church.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for you coming on today. I'm thankful for just kind of like you said, I love getting to know adult Ellen.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it, like, you can see some of the characteristics, like we were talking in one of our recent episodes about how God is our Heavenly Father,
Yeah.
and how sometimes you can see mannerisms of parents in their kids. And when I see Gideon, like some of those videos, it's like, oh my goodness, that's Pastor Baker.
I know.
Like, that's his mouth,
Yes.
that's his jaw. That's
I
like,
know.
you can see so many mannerisms and character. And then talking with you, like, even there's been so many times today where it's just like, oh, Sarah does that same thing. Oh, Sarah would have her hand up on her face like that. Sarah would do this, you know. I can see so much of your parents in you,
Yeah.
both your mom and your dad. You're such a great mixture. And I love them so much and so deeply. But to be able to see you and get to know you as an adult is just a huge privilege. So
Thanks, Amy.
very thankful.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
okay. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up because I knew this was going to be a great episode and a long episode, but it's definitely worth listening to. So thank you for being so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And just so honest and authentic.
Yes.
Thanks
we need
for having
that.
me on.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well, until next week, we'll see you later.
All right.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe and share with others. Join us over on Instagram at
Strength and Sisterhood Pod.
and leave us a comment if you liked this episode. You can also reach us at
Strength and Sisterhood Pod at gmail.com.
or find us on Spotify, Amazon, Substack, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We would love to hear from you. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
See ya.